Welcome everyone to Nerdstrodamus. I'm Dr. Pants.
Lambo.
I'm Punk.
And I'm Slotad.
And we're here with the end of the year wrap-up for all of 2017 because it's... Well, we're recording this right before New Year's, but,
Yes.
but it's a little after 2017. So we're going to talk about our favorite games, our favorite moments, and maybe some of our biggest disappointments of 2017.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get talking about that.
My number 5 for this year. South Park, The Fractured But Whole.
That's not how it's supposed to be read.
Number 4, I put Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Number 3, PUBG, or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Oh, that's what they mean online.
You didn't know that?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Thing is going to our video over the summer. We're like, oh look, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Like we had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
I remember that video. That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are idiots.
That was like every comment.
Yeah.
We just had no idea.
And then at number 2, Persona 5.
I'm glad to see Persona made it on his list.
It was an amazing game. I have not finished it yet.
I haven't even
I
started.
don't want to finish it because I don't want to end it.
I'm so mad at you right now. I'm so mad at you. You haven't even started it yet. How dare you?
I'm playing 2016 games right now.
Not even all of them. You gave me
Not
Tales
even-
of Berseria to
Yeah,
play.
there you go.
Yeah, South Park is pretty good.
It's amazing.
I-
It's just like you're playing an episode of South Park.
And I feel like it flows so much better than Stick of Truth did. Stick of Truth had these great moments, and it was like definitely felt like nice and cinematic. But this one feels like an episode.
Yeah. And the way it ended as well, it felt like an actual ending of an episode, like that kind of cliffhanger a little bit, you know? But it's kind of...
Was it a better ending than the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Is it worth the value? Because wasn't it packaged with the first game? So like, just
Oh yeah, it was.
Okay. So
It's
it's not
definitely
like
worth it. And
not
I
like
think it's on
Gears of
sale,
War.
well, as of right now, on this date, it's on sale for like $30.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I haven't played it yet. I played the demo, and the demo was a lot of fun.
I didn't even know there was a demo.
Yeah, free demo on PlayStation Network at least.
Oh, okay.
I tried it because I never played Stick of Truth, and I saw this and it looked really cool. I was like, okay, a demo, and it was a lot of fun, and it looks good and it's funny.
Yes. It's amazing. It's hilarious.
And the battle system's actually kind of deep. Like
Yeah, it's like a grid-
unexpectedly. Yeah.
Grid version of the last combat system made it more complex.
I was worrisome for it because I didn't understand like the whole movement of the squares and stuff like that. But once I actually started doing it, I was like, this is perfect. I love this.
It's basically the same combat system that's in Mega Man Battle Network and Enchanted Arms.
So
No one played Enchanted Arms.
I have
did.
it. It's in my backlog.
Yay.
That and Infinite Undiscovery.
Oh no.
Infinite Undiscovery was way better, but
Really? That was a bad game. And that was the shortest JRPG ever. I think it was 8 hours.
there you go. Anyway,
And Resident Evil is like, yeah. You said you played it with the VR.
Yes.
How is it VR versus not VR?
terrifying for the VR because I mean you're in it, of
Yeah.
course. I was a little shaky at first because the movement felt a little weird, but once I got used to it, it's terrifying.
it's giving me chills just thinking about it. Like I do not
Yeah,
want
the
to
game
do that.
freaks me out.
That was like
to
one
be
of
honest.
the biggest like VR releases for PlayStation. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I
I
mean,
think it
especially
still
because
is.
it came out so
Yeah.
soon and when the VR came out.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
a great start, but they haven't really finished with the VR. So it's like here's Resident Evil 7.
Is Fallout in VR on PlayStation?
Not yet.
Okay.
It is
Supposedly it
coming.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
I only think it's out on PC or like the Vive, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I know that was one
Yeah,
of the
Skyrim
big ones.
is.
Skyrim was
Yeah,
the
that
next
came
big
out.
game.
Yeah,
That's like
they're bundling that with everything.
yeah,
Yeah.
as they should.
Yeah. That's just another way to sell a game that came out in what, 2012? 2011?
2011. It was
There you
11,
go.
11, 11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
11, 11, 11. I know.
Resident Evil 7 was really, really cool. He let me try it on his PlayStation 4 because I didn't buy it right away. And playing it on his, I went out that day and bought a copy.
It's amazing.
It's really good.
It's a nice revival of the whole like Resident Evil series because with 5 and 4 it started getting actiony. It was just kind of like it's fun, but this isn't Resident Evil.
4 still held it for me, but 5 turned into started the globe-trotting
Yeah.
thing and turned into way more action.
Yeah.
It's not dark enough.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if your first one ever was 4, then
Yeah.
that's the way you look at it. But I don't know. I played them all since the beginning, and so this is way more what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know.
What about 6?
6 was terrible.
It's good to co-op.
We're actually we're playing
That's
a
the
co-op
only
right
reason
now. Yeah.
Well, good luck. It's fun. It's great.
Butt crawl your way to victory.
But you had PUBG.
Well, still talk about Resident Evil.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to stick on Resident Evil for a little longer.
Let him finish.
I'm actually picking it up again because they just released new DLCs.
Oh.
Where you get to play as Chris Redfield.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in the game.
Does it change the experience at all, or
I don't know. I
is
haven't
it
played
just-
it yet.
'cause
But I want to.
Isn't it first person?
It's still first person, yeah.
So you can't even see your guy. So what would the difference be? Being someone
Oh,
else?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you
Look
spend,
at these hands.
Why do you spend hours creating a character in Skyrim? That's first person. That doesn't
You
matter.
can play in third person.
You can play the whole game in third.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still played in first person.
Well,
It's just
you have the
thought of
option.
it.
You don't have the option in Resident Evil. They give you the DLC, but they don't actually change the character. They just make you think you're someone else.
It's okay as long as you think.
Yeah. That's all that matters. No.
Yeah, and there's an escape room type version of
the bedroom
DLC.
DLC was
Yeah.
awesome.
There's like a blackjack game, which was kind of interesting. Not really scary, but it was kind of cool.
And you had PUBG on your list.
Yes, I played a little bit. I loved it. I love the fact that like it's bringing this new genre that's been out for a while with other games like H1Z1, like Battle Royale, and there was another game a lot like it. I forget what the Culling. But it's finally bringing it to the main light of this Battle Royale game genre.
I think streaming had a big part of it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's like the ultimate game to stream.
yeah. It's like the top-selling game on Steam right now,
Did you hear
and it
about
came out in March.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the creator of how he was trying to copyright that style of game? Even though he was trying to sue other people for making basically battle royale games.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's popular, but
Yeah,
the guy apparently isn't the game mostly just like a mod. Like I don't think he made
think
the character
so,
models.
yeah.
I think it was like Gary's mod, like models that he just used.
Yeah,
So it was like very little actual.
Yeah, I
programming.
remember when the battle royale for like Fortnite came out. Like I remember he was all like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
stop this from happening."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like,
It's like, you didn't,
yeah.
you didn't invent the genre.
I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna copyright, side-scrolling,
Yeah.
platform."
Well, that was
Yeah.
like the people who make Candy Crush. They tried to copyright Candy and Crush.
Yeah.
And if any game came out with either of those words, no matter if they were like the game or not, it was like sue, sue,
Yeah.
sue.
They already have so much money. Like, let someone else succeed. But
anyway.
yeah. PUBG. I mean, it just came out on early access, exclusive on Xbox One. Apparently, it's doing well on that. I don't have an Xbox One. Well, I do. I also play PUBG on it. And then, I mean, supposedly they're coming out on PS4 once the game is finally released.
oh, they are. I thought
Yeah.
it was just going to be an exclusive.
No,
Yeah,
the
that's it.
early access.
Well,
Yeah, what's it say?
a lot of games are doing early access, but that's just their excuse of saying, "Don't worry about the bugs."
Yeah.
Was that your number 2? Oh no,
That was
yours
number 3.
Yeah.
Number 2, Persona 5. It's fantastic.
Well, now you can't say it in your top 5
Yeah.
because we're talking about it. Now.
I'll say whatever I want. Don't tell me how to live my life.
But it's funny that it's actually in my number 2 because when it first came out, I was not interested in it at all. I did not want to play. I was just like, this looks alright. But then my wife got it. She was talking about, and then I was like, alright, I'll try it. And then I love it. It's fantastic. I don't want it to end. That's why I'm the day before the last dungeon. The day before. I've been there for like 3 months. I don't want to go further.
Are you sure it's the last dungeon?
I don't know.
Are you sure it's the last dungeon?
There's
Spoilers.
There's
I
always,
haven't been playing
and-
it.
I had New Game Plus.
and New Game Plus. Then you can go back and romance all the people you didn't want to romance the first time.
I'm pretty sure we romanced the same person, didn't we? The
I'm-
teacher.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
He
You
just
are-
got it.
Well,
right
it's
there.
a romancing option.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Had to. Yeah, I'll probably talk about that game more because it's probably on my top 5 list.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
I'll go next.
Go for it.
My next set is I had Axiom Verge for my number 5. I had Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment for my number 4.
I had that, but I wasn't sure. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you had it.
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for my number 2.
I think I know what you know.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I can only wonder what other big game.
So Axiom Verge's Shovel Knight I can kind of talk about, I guess, in the same breath, you know, because they were just both like,
Of the wild.
you know.
I finally downloaded Axiom Verge.
Yeah. Is it pretty?
I
is it
keep
pretty great?
seeing it. What is it?
It's Metroid.
It's
Oh,
like
okay.
a Metroidvania, but it's more in the vein of like Metroid. It's sci-fi, digging through underground tunnels and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's got something different about it. I can't quite put my finger on it.
It's a little. It feels meta.
Yeah.
In the way that it, because of the glitching aspect to it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatnot. Because it makes you aware that it's like a video game, but they try and incorporate it in the game's world. And
all things to get around are like weird, because you wouldn't think that like, oh, like that's the way I'm gonna get through this spot. But then there's like these little things where like, yeah, you just glitch through the wall and that's how you get through. You know, like you know, then there's certain kind of walls you can glitch through and stuff like that.
Very
Okay.
self-aware.
yeah.
So. Yeah, and then you know, Spectre of Torment. I mean, like Shovel Knight came out a few years ago, and I played it.
So good.
And you know, Plague of Shadows came out. That was pretty okay. It was fine, but it was just the same game pretty much again. But Spectre of Torment, like I don't know, amped it up, made it like dark and cool, and it had its own like beginning, ending, you know, story, and that was actually interesting. And actually, you know, it felt like more of a sequel almost than
It was like a prequel sequel. type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
because
really
it was like this is how we gathered all of the knights together
Yeah.
to face against Shovel Knight.
the quarter of no order.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm actually really enjoying that. That's like what the DLC is. That we're
Yeah.
getting like all the backstories to the knights.
Because the next one is like the King.
Yeah,
King
King
Knight.
Knight.
Yeah,
I think that's the last one.
Yeah.
yeah. Which
Which would be cool.
I'm okay with that.
no, I'm okay.
If
And
it's more in the vein of Spectre of Torment, where it's like its own game, that'll be the cool thing.
does no one else want a Tinker Knight DLC?
Where you die in one hit.
No. You make giant mechs, and that's how you get through every level. Am I the only one who wants that?
Yeah.
I've
No.
never actually played Shovel Knight.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you should.
You guys poop on me for not playing video games. This guy hasn't played Shovel Knight? Come on. And you're like, you should
Yeah.
you should just...
I mean, it's
Well, that's because you buy the games and they sit on your shelf. You bought Persona 5 when it came out.
They
It's
look
just-
nice. I got the special edition.
That was a nice stable case.
Yeah. Stipple case, and you got like a school bag.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I use that as like my nighty bag that I bring to people's houses.
A plushie Mona.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Uh,
should have that.
It's like this big.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
This one had like boxers or like a waifu pillow.
No. It had the plushie Mona, the school
They're
bag.
releasing that. Re-releasing that. With
Catherine?
new- Yeah.
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 There's some controversy
Was it? Did
behind
it come
that.
like a pizza box too? Like it came in
Yeah,
a pizza
yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I hope they
Yeah, I
do
remember.
that for the re-release.
The boxers were not comfortable.
And also,
No,
not
why
new
would you wear
size.
them?
No, they were.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I was trying to think. What was? Whatever.
Yeah.
Did you had like when you pre-ordered it or something like that? You had to order like
Your
I need
size.
extra large.
No. It was
Oh,
just like
it's like one size fits all.
no. It
It's
was
most.
like large shirt, large boxers. Like that was just the size because
Okay. Because most people.
yeah, most people. But it was just
Who is their demographic? We need their size boxer.
I wear the Catherine shirt to bed a lot. It's very very comfortable.
Wow.
It's my laying around shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently the new release is gonna have like a third Catherine.
Yes,
yeah,
something about
yeah,
that.
Tumblr's blown up about that.
Yeah, because Tumblr saw like 2 things about it and
Yeah.
assumed everything, and
That's for another day to talk about.
yeah, we'll wait and see when more comes out before we assume anything. It could be terrible. It
I'll still
not
play
be.
it.
Oh, I'll still play it.
Yeah. We already talked about Resident Evil 7, but you know, I loved it. I thought it was like one of the best things. And then Zelda, which unfortunately bumped Horizon Zero Dawn off my list.
It's online, so don't worry. We'll talk about it.
Exactly. they kind of fill the same quota for me, like gaming wise.
Oh yeah,
You know.
another.
Like for some reason they like, you know, like you have 2 games coming out, like kind of the same deal. But you know, Legend of Zelda was just like, I don't know. I didn't empty my time into a game like that in a long time, and it just felt right. It might have been just because of the way the Switch is, you know, because then I was able to just like lay on my couch and like
I mean, it kind of
play all the time.
it revived a series that wasn't really dead, so it's really hard to call it a revival.
Yeah, I
but
know.
like
It was
brought-
stale.
Yeah.
Zelda I think has been stale for a little while because
Yeah.
it's been the same kind of game.
Mhm.
No one would ever say it was bad. you
No,
know,
no,
after all the
it wasn't
hype.
bad. It was
Yeah.
just you kind of predicted how every game was going to go in the series
And
ever
this
since.
one like threw everything out the window. It was
Did
just
you
like,
really
here's this open
predict
world.
Spirit Tracks?
I mean, it's basically Wind Waker, except instead of ocean, it's trains.
Trains.
I hate Spirit Tracks.
I like trains.
I hated the DS ones, but
Mhm.
yeah.
It was the first Zelda I played.
Spirit
Oh,
Tracks or
No,
Wild?
not Spirit
okay.
Tracks.
Oh, okay, good,
Honestly,
good.
Back to what we were originally
You're not
talking
the
about.
first person to say like, oh, that's us in the last year. A couple of our other friends said the same thing, and it's like a good one to start with.
Yeah.
You know, it's like awesome. It might be hard to go back to some of the other ones after it, just because the level of freedom isn't there.
But they're just also entirely different games, and they're way more. The older ones are just more story driven.
Yeah.
But I think the only problem I had with Breath of the Wild was like very few dedicated like full blown dungeons. But it didn't bother me that much.
No, because like the whole world was a dungeon, pretty much.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. Like it was like I'm like, oh, I want to go to that spot on the horizon, and how do I get there? And like that was like a puzzle in itself sometimes.
Yeah, and I didn't hate traveling as much as I do in Skyrim. Climbing mountains is a chore in Skyrim.
Especially now with that new motorcycle.
Someone modded that to be Sonic the Hedgehog.
I saw that.
No, I didn't see
Yeah.
that. Someone should turn it into the Akira motorcycle.
Yes.
And whenever you get on it, Link just shouts that.
He can't speak English. Link just shouts
Yeah,
random
he just
grunt.
shouts, yeah. He just shouts it not like verbatim, like, ah! So before I do my list, do you guys just want to list off games that came out in 2017 and I'll say if I played them or not?
No, because the answer's gonna be no. You played
The list
5 games.
The list is longer than the list of games that I have. Alright.
So what did you actually play and what made the list?
Let's find out. Okay, these are in no particular order because I just put a bunch of bullet points to talk about and I just couldn't be bothered with
Yeah.
putting them in a list. So let's just say number 5 is Splatoon 2.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's say number 4. Let's go with Destiny 2. Another 2. Number 3. Let's go with Miitopia. That is 2017, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
All right, just making sure.
I got that the day it came out.
And let's say number 2 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
And we can talk about those.
What was your number 5?
Splatoon 2.
I was going over in my mind. I liked Splatoon 2 a lot.
It was very fun. Yeah, I've never played a game that was so fun, but was so hard to play with friends.
Yeah. Nintendo needs to get their crap together.
Yeah, it's like, I really want to play the game, but they just had so many limitations of playing different game modes, playing with your friends. The best mode is time locked, and it's like, you're giving me all these great things, but I have to punch through a wall to get to
Yeah,
them.
the last 2 or 3 times we wanted to play Salmon Run,
Yeah.
It's not
it
there.
like wasn't there, and we were like, oh, well,
I guess
we'll
won't
just play the normal.
Yeah. Guess I'll play Mario.
Yeah, it was like I don't know. Yeah. So I hope eventually that one's like they get rid of the time lock on it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a huge hindrance. That's just like a whole section of the game that you can't play.
Yeah. If anything, like, not even for rewards, but just to play.
Yeah.
Like, just make like a custom game of it or something.
Well, I want to believe there's a way to do it local all the time.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think there is a way
Especially unless it's, like, the time stuff is randomized in the cartridge rather than online.
Yeah.
So I would hope that you can do it offline whenever. Because that'd really suck if it was an online, like, cloud-only thing, and if you didn't have internet, you can't play it at all.
SimCity.
But no, it was really good. It was a nice update from the first one. Added some cool new features, cool new weapons.
I really liked the app for it. Like, I know it's hard to talk to friends and party up, but the app for buying stuff,
Oh.
they had exclusive things that you could buy. That was awesome.
Yeah,
I liked that.
I really did like that. That's about the only useful thing for the Nintendo voice chat app.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, I was hoping they would do something like that for other games, but it looks like they don't even know what they want to do with it yet.
No.
Yeah.
But Destiny 2, number 4. All of us have played Destiny 2.
Yes.
I know this. Love it.
Super huge improvement over Destiny 1.
Absolutely.
Especially vanilla. Like so much content.
So much more content.
Like I don't know. There's probably 30 hours of just like doing all the little missions and adventures and stuff in it, right?
And weekly stuff, it changes like every week. You do different things to get better gear. So you don't have to like grind strikes or have to do the raid to get the best gear. You can just
You can just do whatever.
Yeah.
It always scales to you.
Oh, that's good.
There's actually a villain. The darkness is retconned. Doesn't exist, which is great. The villain, though, was a little shallow, because, I mean, has everyone beaten it, at least?
Yeah, we've all
Yeah.
been there.
So, like, you only see the guy when he's pacing back and forth in front of the speaker, so it's like, am I going to see ya? Am I not going to see ya? You going to do something? Didn't really do anything until the very end, which...
it's Gaul, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a walking cliche.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it really was.
But-
it was nice to put a face to the villain
There was-
rather
yeah.
than the last game where they just throw everything at you.
They throw everything at you, and you have no idea what the end of the game's going to be, and it's
Yeah.
it's a giant robot.
Yeah,
But
it's a heart.
yeah,
The changes are mostly welcome. They introduced microtransactions on a more kind of,
Yeah,
you know,
on a
whatever
bigger scale. But at least you can earn everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
Although with their also another game of controversy. I don't know if you guys saw someone calculated how much XP you get after you reach like the max level, and every time you got the engram,
Like the
it would
right
take
engram.
more and more XP, and they didn't disclose that information. So it was like that kind
Alright.
of stuff.
Yeah.
But they're just bad at talking to their community.
But in all honesty, I mean,
Not that it matters, but
it doesn't really matter, and that's kind of expected because it's still like leveling up.
yeah,
Yeah.
The first level's always really easy to get to, and it gets progressively harder.
Well, it's like
to go.
over leveling, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, it makes sense.
Yeah. The other controversy was when they released the first DLC.
oh my
They
goodness.
ended up locking the
Like stuff from the main game. Now.
well, basically like you couldn't platinum trophy it at all.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
like
I didn't
like,
know about this either.
Yeah, because you couldn't like beat the raid like because afterwards because you couldn't really play it.
Oh.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was stuff that was in the main game that was basically locked out to people unless they got the DLC.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
That's
And then
terrible.
they
I didn't know
fixed
about
it. They fixed it
Yeah.
like a few days later.
They did, but right away there was
There was a
a
lot of-
big
lot of
deal.
backlash.
Yeah, that was a big issue.
Did you guys play the DLC at all for it?
Not yet.
I did.
It's a typical Destiny DLC. Shallow. I got through it and I was like, okay, so that
was an hour.
That was an hour and it was kind of pointless.
But I do like
Basically,
the
we're-
lore in it though too.
Oh, yeah,
like
You got to see
Osiris.
Osiris.
Yeah, and Saint. What was his name? Saint 14. or
Saint
something
14's in it.
like
Yeah.
that. Which is really cool.
And let's also bring up that Destiny 2 actually has plot in the game.
Yes.
We don't have to read
Grimoire.
Grimoire cards.
However, there's the biggest plot hole of everyone's light's gone. Oh, you find the light? Let's not tell anyone.
Not only that, but like if you're playing the game like co-op at all,
Yeah.
they're always saying there's this one guardian who has its light, and I look over and I'm like,
You guys are like fist bumping, or like he's off in the back. And he's like in the camp and he's super powered, jumping super high.
exactly. It's like, yeah.
Did you do any of the dawning stuff?
I played a little bit. I liked throwing snowballs.
That was great.
Yeah, in like all the areas, including the tower, they have these snow mounds. You can just pick up a snowball, and it's like this big. And when you throw it, it's like you're throwing, and you do the Nova Bomb animation.
That's cool.
And when
Yeah.
you hit someone with it, they're like covered in ice, and it should slow them down, but it doesn't. But you get like a debuff for like 7 seconds.
Uh-huh. And you
It
could
does massive damage.
yeah, you could use it in the strikes. Well, when the dawning was available, and the nightfall, which is amazing because it did more damage than like a heavy weapon.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, we missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing Destiny 2 just like I played Destiny 1, where, I beat the main game and I did a bunch of stuff and then I put it off to the side.
You need to get your light up. I need to do the raid. I want to do the raid.
When are they? Did they say when they're releasing the second raid, quote unquote? Because the way they're doing the raid, like the new raids, is the way this raid is. It's just a big area, and you can get inside this big palace, and there's different pathways and stuff that you can just go to different areas. So the way they're doing it is you have the main raid, which is just the main path, but this area is so big that they're making like a different path in this already made area, and you're gonna fight a different boss.
Was it like the World Eater or something like that?
Yeah, something like
I
that.
thought that was already out.
I don't know.
Oh, I haven't done it. So
Yeah, I've only done the main raid.
I haven't been paying attention, so.
Yeah. I get lost. I have a friend who plays Destiny all the time. He's my guide.
Anyway, what was your number 3?
Number 3 was
Was it Metopia?
Metopia. Yeah. No, I didn't play Metopia, but I've seen a lot of gameplay. You've played it.
I love
This game just had to be on the
Metopia!
list. I just had to mention it. But yeah, Metopia is awesome.
Yeah, every story you tell me about it, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm a
It's
good
one of those
person now,
games
I'm
that-
person now.
It's a shame that it's on a handheld, because I would easily, like, if you could get it on the TV, I would just sit here and watch you play it.
I know.
It's such like a couch, like, game.
I wish they would release it like on the Switch.
That'd be awesome.
Hashtag everything on the Switch.
Yes.
Metopia.
Metopia. But I mean,
It's just so
It's-
campy, and you can just put whoever you want in it, and the interactions between everyone is awesome.
it's a 3DS game. You make your Mii's into JRPG classes, and you go on an adventure. The combat is kind of automated except for like the main character. But it's all about like raising up the interactions between characters because then you'll do different stuff. Like when two people become friends, they'll protect each other, or they'll share items with each other, or they'll like encourage each other. And the classes were kind of normal
Until you get to the second ones.
and then things start to get weird. And then the third ones is like, oh, you want to be a knight? No, how about be a tank? And not like a fantasy game tank. You're literally
Panzer style.
a Panzer style tank. You have a gun turret on your head, and one of your attacks is you load one of your friends in the gun barrel and fire them.
It just makes me feel good watching it.
It's so much fun.
You heal yourself with sprinkles. Come on.
You actually have to shake them. Like you have to use a touchscreen
Yeah.
and you have to shake them on people.
It's such a feel-good game.
It is. It's such a time waster. There is nothing meaty about the game. It is nothing but fluff, but it is so much fun.
Oh goodness.
And I've dropped more hours into that game than others this year.
I'll have to add that to my backlog.
It's so good.
And Horizon, right?
Yeah, Horizon's number 2.
Nice.
I'm going back to it. So the only shame I would say about this game so far, I actually started playing it. I'm about 8 hours in. The only shame is that Breath of the Wild came out afterwards, so everyone has that aftertaste of Breath of the Wild, and it kind of gets shadowed over. But the DLC came out this year for it, so that was half the reason I started playing it, is because I wanted to get to the DLC as well. But really beautiful game.
Oh, and like
That was half the reason I bought a new TV.
I don't even have a
to be honest.
PS4 Pro, and
Yeah.
it's like beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I love having. They have like the choices with like Mass Effect, but I don't feel like it really impacts story. But it just makes you. It inserts your attitude into the game, because very early in the game you play as her as a kid, before there's a time skip, and there's a moment like she's an outcast, so everyone hates her in the town. So this one kid throws a rock at her, and like it hits her in the head, and then you have the option of turn the other cheek. He's about to throw another rock, so you can throw a rock at his hand to knock his rock out, or you can just hit him in the face. But I chose like knock the rock out of his hand, but I want to like start a new profile to see if you hit him in the face, if when you meet him later he has like a scar on his head or something, because I think Aloy, the main character, she has a scar from that rock. So I was wondering if it's that dynamic of a choice is making a difference or not. But it's really neat.
Plus, it's all about hunting giant robot dinosaurs.
Yes.
I love, it goes over the head of my girlfriend, but whenever I hunt down a robot, it's like, that was a great hunt. Let us celebrate with a hunt. So I always just go to another robot. I'm just running around decimating everything, and I just keep saying it over and over and over.
Rick and Morty.
Good times.
Also, it's not like a typical RPG where if you go in Skyrim, you can level up enough just to plow through everything. Like, you feel like a god. There really isn't like stat increases in Horizon Zero
Yeah,
Dawn.
you're always sort of on the, like, when you come across something you need to like take down, it's always an endeavor.
It's always skill based.
Yeah.
Like, you'll obviously have an easier time if you're more skilled, but even if you're more skilled, it's still going to take about the same time, or like you're not a god.
Yeah, and when you would get a new piece of equipment, you actually like learn to use it
Yeah.
correctly, because like
Uh-huh.
you would like mess around with it, like, oh yeah, that's kind of how it
still
works. But then like, yeah, you'll still like kind of learn how to use it like the third and fourth time.
My tactic is like, oh, there's a big thing there. Let me put this trap right in front of me, and then shoot him in the face, and he'll just run in a straight line at me. But no, it's nice.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah, it's like, and then sometimes like they'll run around. It's like, oh god, and then you run for the nearest water source.
Yeah, I would always like accidentally put it like in the part of their path that was like that they just hit, so I had to like wait for them to like walk all the way through it again.
Yeah. I've also gotten into the habit of just saying follow, because the first like 4 hours of the game it's not really tutorial land, but it kind of is. But everyone's just like follow instead of like follow me or like come this way. They always just say follow, and then they just leave, and it's like okay. But no, it's really good game, and the world is huge, but it seems like I haven't like gotten fully out into the world, but it seems they're
More
like in
segmented.
compartments, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like there's no real loading screens that I know of getting to different zones or
No,
anything, but
there's not.
it just feels like they don't It's not like Breath of the Wild. I haven't played Breath of the Wild, but I'm assuming they just throw you out in the world.
Yeah,
And it's
pretty much
just
how it is.
there, and you can go wherever. Like
Yeah,
this
the-
game, you can go wherever, but it's just I feel like I'm just in a small section.
Yeah, and I never felt compelled to like stop and do things, like because they immediately throw all this like open world stuff at you, like all these little fetch quests.
Yeah,
and, like,
they're everywhere.
find 10 of these and whatever, but like I never felt super compelled to like stick around and like do any of them, which was kind of nice. So it was like the opposite of like Grand Theft Auto when you play it. Like, you know, when you're like, now I have to like collect 5 beer cans. And take
I'm just gonna run this back.
Yeah.
So I have a quick honorable mention for mine.
Okay.
Honorable mention. I want to bring up Titanfall 2
Again.
because it was my
That
game,
was 2017.
No, it was 2016.
Oh,
It was my
yeah.
game of the year. But they added in the free DLC, which added a whole new mode that was the tower defense.
Yeah.
And I
I was playing that last night
It's
actually.
still a game that's.
I'm just that's why it's an honorable mention.
Okay.
They refreshed it.
Yeah, the DLC.
They made
was
an extra
27.
half a game for free. Let them have this.
And seriously, it's still one of the best games I've played in a long time. Anyway, my number 5, Super Mario Odyssey.
Number low.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Wow.
Monster.
Hold on, I'm just
Heresy.
God, I'm sorry. Number 4, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Number 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And number 2, Sonic Mania.
That intro gets me every time.
I know. Oh. So, Mario Odyssey too low on the list? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm sorry, did I do a wrong
You're
thing?
the first person to even mention it yet, so.
No, well, I assumed it was someone's
Yeah.
number one. So
But
thought it was yours.
No, it's not my number 1. It's... We know what my number
You
1
already know your number one is. You've said it all year.
Super Mario Odyssey, though, it was great. It was bringing back the 3D Mario to what it was with Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. Big open space to just go around, collect items, and it wasn't linear. Not like Super Mario 3D World.
no.
It's kind of like what they took with Zelda for the Switch. They just kind of revitalized something that wasn't really gone, but it was just getting a little stale. Like, we just kept getting new Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Yeah,
But,
and the 3D ones weren't.
3D World was nice.
3D World was nice, but it was
nothing real new, though. It was
No.
just 3D land, but co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
But it was the first Mario game to introduce new canon in the first, like, long time. New
Yeah.
character races.
A
new-
lot of canon.
Yeah, new areas. like, we've gotten a lot of just, like, variations on a theme, you know, like.
They
going
still
through.
didn't bring back the crabs from the original Mario Bros.
No. Do we want the crabs?
I want them. I want to see them in 3D.
You want crabs?
You want
Yeah.
crabs. You want crabs. It was 3D crabs.
3D crabs. But the game is a joy to play. Every new area is a new adventure. There's so many cool new mechanics. There's new costumes to get, which I love.
Shirtless Mario.
No, I'm always in like the dad on vacation mode, where it's like the Hawaiian shirt, the sandals, and the broad hat.
Am I the only one who's the pirate all the time?
I was
It's
like-
so cool to jump around as a pirate all the time.
I have like sailor hat, no shirt, just running around in the Winterland.
So basically like Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah.
It brought back Pauline
Mm-hmm.
from
Awesome.
from Donkey Kong, and the end of that like world is just pure,
In my notes, all caps.
pure unfiltered joy. It was
I-
so much fun.
Yeah, I actually like showed my dad the game, and I'm like, you got to see this part of the game because like it's just mind blowing how cool it is and stuff. So
Yeah.
I showed him.
I played it like 4 times.
Yeah.
The game overall was so cool. So many diverse worlds. The capture mechanic was awesome because it added all kinds of new
I
stuff.
thought it was gonna be lame. I was like kind of like, it sounds stupid, but like it never felt like it was tacked on. It always felt like meaningful in the levels.
It was just giving you a new way to get power ups.
Yeah.
But I loved it. All the worlds were completely different. All the boss fights were really cool
And different.
and
Oh,
different.
it's super different.
The one boss fight, like I was playing it here and I was like, what? Is there a Dark Souls boss in this game?
It pretty much
Mario
was.
Souls.
Yeah. But it was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it, and there's so much more to do.
If they ever make a new Smash, you think they're gonna put Cappy in as one of Mario's moves?
They should.
Number 4 was Breath of the Wild, which
We talked about.
we
it.
talked about, and I loved it.
Oh yeah.
Number 3 was Xenoblade 2.
I almost threw this one on my list too.
I had to.
But I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
You had to.
I had to, because in all honesty, this did not make my games that I was excited for 2017 because I didn't know it was a thing yet.
I am honestly still shocked it came out this year.
I am too.
With such a late announcement, and the way games are made now with all these delays.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Nino Cooney.
But Xenoblade 2 added the whole anime aspect to it as opposed to Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which wasn't really that kind of aesthetic. And it brought back all the stuff from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 instead of Xenoblade Chronicles X. So it's a story-driven game. The combat is...
streamlined, but still really complex.
I heard it gets more complex as you go through it.
Yeah.
It does.
And they keep kind of adding on layer after layer. So it's not really overwhelming at all.
No.
Yeah. At first you're wondering, like, oh, how do I do all this?
Oh yeah, that's how I felt in Xenoblade 1.
Yeah.
I'm still
Yeah.
playing through that, and it's like, I'm still trying to figure out the combat.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 threw a lot at you right from the beginning. This one definitely builds it up.
Okay.
And in fact, like, no spoilers, but like 5 to 10 hours into the game, they take an attack that you learn in the beginning of the game, and they change it, they upgrade it, like in a story point, and use it as a way to teach you part of the combat.
Okay.
But the combat is great. There's a lot of strategy to it, and there's a lot of diversity to it because of all the different elements, and then like combos with the elements,
And weapons for your guys.
and weapons, because you've got the blade system where you find core crystals and you unlock them, and it's a new character, but it's just a weapon.
So it's like a perfect mix of Final Fantasy 12 and 13's battle systems, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because actually, depending on what 3 blades you have equipped, they give you different stat boosts, like paradigms in
Yeah.
13. I'm digging the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's super anime, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I just don't care. I love it. The cutscenes are beautiful.
How's the voice acting? I've been hearing some not so nice things about
I
the
don't think
voice
it's that
acting.
bad at all.
I've played a lot of JRPGs with voice acting, and this is nowhere near like the bottom half. There was a moment in the beginning where I was like, oh! But afterwards,
For me, it wasn't anything that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a couple of like awkward like screams in pain that were like, ah! You know, but like,
yeah.
other than
It's no
that,
Final Fantasy X. You do that too well.
Yeah.
I know. But the game overall, I love it. It's exactly what I wanted. I love Xeno games. I got the special edition. I'm still playing it. I'm like 20 hours in, and I love it.
Only 80 to go.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm willing to do this. And then number 2, because somebody had to say it, was Sonic Mania. Because I've wanted this. I've wanted this for so long.
This is an instance of revitalizing a game or a franchise that was dead.
It wasn't dead because there's still like
A game or two every year.
Yeah, like they just keep putting out more and more, and it's like, well,
Someone's buying them. There's some like
I
middle
mean,
schooler that like loves Sonic.
Everyone wants that Sonic Forces. Everyone wants that original character.
listen. I watched Game Grumps play Sonic Forces.
So did I.
I kind of want to play Sonic Forces now because of it. But Sonic Mania was taking 2D Sonic, bringing it back to its roots almost literally, because like every zone is one from an old Sonic game that they tweak just a little bit. The first
So
act,
many Easter eggs.
yeah, the first act is almost like an original, like the regular level from the old games, and the second act in every zone
It's like new.
is like new. They even change the background, make it more fluid and everything. And
There's a couple of brand new zones in general.
yeah,
That are pretty awesome.
they mess with the boss battles.
Yeah, there was a Puyo Puyo boss where you
Well,
actually
hold on. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
yeah, it means being.
Yeah.
But it was still like you play a game of Puyo Puyo as the boss. Like that's like the
That's
boss.
pretty cool.
It was really cool. I was
Yeah.
like totally caught me off guard.
Spoilers. But I was telling you about this. Like when I got to Hydro City, the first act, the end of that, you played the boss fight from the original Hydro City, but it's backwards. You're in Robotnik's like thing, and he's in the water, and it changes how the boss fight goes, and I love that. Bagel face. So that's all our 5 through 2s.
Mm-hmm.
5 through 2.
So now we have to do our number 1s.
Yeah.
So we'll start back at the beginning with Punk. What's your
I
number?
think
5.
I think we should just like bust
sorry.
them and talk about them.
Oh, just
like
what
we did.
Okay, plus 3.
Yeah.
Well, mine was already mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Destiny 2
Okay.
was my number 1.
Okay. Persona 5. I want to say one, like...
No,
just a
we'll
little bit.
have a chance
okay.
to talk.
You'll have your chance.
Okay.
Mine's Dragon Quest VIII for the 3DS.
Wow, nice. And mine's Super Mario Odyssey, of course.
Okay.
So we talk about Odyssey,
Yeah.
talk about Destiny. Do you want to go more about your Persona?
I will talk a little bit more about Persona. Just a little bit more. If that's okay. It got Game of the Year because, for me, not just because of like how good the game itself was, because you already mentioned how fantastic it was.
Yeah, it is.
But it's not just like, as a game it's great, it's the visuals, the sound, everything has this unique style to it, and it just there's very few games out there that I want to go and I have to have the soundtrack. I have to have the whole thing,
Right.
and I want to listen to it all the time because it's just so good. But the combat was great. It looked beautiful the entire time. They changed up the combat from the previous Personas. They added guns back in, which hasn't been a thing in forever. And now, in order to get Personas, you had to negotiate,
Right.
which hasn't been a thing in
Seems
Persona.
like, yeah, the first or second one, right?
The first and second ones had it. The third and fourth, it was random draws.
Yeah.
And all the characters are... I love all the characters. I don't think there was a single character I hated.
Is there a thing
can't
like
think of
with
one.
Persona 4 where isn't there like always spoiled food or something in the fridge?
No, you
No.
made your own food.
Yeah.
Anytime you went to the fridge, it was like, hey, I've got ingredients to make curry. I'm gonna make curry. Like you made curry, you made coffee.
That's the most important element. Is that in Persona 5?
What that?
Yeah.
that's what you do in 5.
Okay, great.
You make curry and
Yeah.
coffee.
Good.
I thought the most important aspect was the romance options.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Curry confirmed.
Yes, and you had to wash your own clothes too.
Yeah.
Lame.
Well, that's just annoying.
What game
Or-
did you get me?
Well, this might be a spoiler.
Take care of yourself.
Unless you call your maid, or
Oh, yeah.
you romance the teacher.
Shh.
Well,
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a romance
I
option.
get it.
No
Ow, ow.
spoilers.
Ow, stop. Yeah, you can get a maid that. In all honesty, I'm so glad I went that romance option.
Yeah.
Because it makes everything easier.
Oh my god, yes.
And then in New Game Plus, that stuff carries over. Yes. So just beat the game and go back.
I know.
Get everything. I restarted that game the day I beat it. New Game Plus, and I threw another 5 hours into it because I had to.
Do
It's
they have like a speed up option for New Game Plus? Or?
you can fast forward through all the dialogue.
Okay.
I don't want to because I like it a lot, but it's just
Fair enough.
it's so good. It was such an amazing game. It was my most anticipated game of 2017, and it hit my number 1. So
And they were like releasing an anime
That's all
And
that.
the dancing game.
dancing game.
Persona Q2, which Persona Q was the dungeon crawler that crossed 3 and 4 on the 3DS, and they're releasing Q2 and adding 5 in.
Cool.
So it's getting all kinds of good stuff. I'm hoping they release like a Crimson version that adds in new social links and stuff, like they did for 4 with Golden. Because there is a character who was supposed to be a Phantom Thief who never made it in.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Was it just cut short?
Yeah, they cut her out. I'm not entirely sure why, but if you look at the artwork, it was the shogi player in the church.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
DLC confirmed?
Yeah.
They could do it.
But
So my number 1 was a re-release, but I have a huge list of basically saying why it's a new game. So Dragon Quest VIII, I think it was released in 2005 originally on PS2 here. For anyone who's unfamiliar, it's a big JRPG series that in Japan it rivals, if not outsells, Final Fantasy.
It did, I think. for-
Yeah, it's always their top-selling game.
Yeah.
I think Dragon Quest X, which we never got, was like an MMO, and it was the top-selling Wii game, top-selling Wii U game, and they released it for the 3DS, I think, and it's always been
Huh.
top-selling game there ever. And
it's
all the designs are done by the guy Akira Toriyama, who does all the Dragon Ball Z art, creator of Dragon Ball
It's,
Z.
it's pretty obvious when you see it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really striking.
That was the reason I got it as a kid. I was like, Dragon Ball! And I wasn't disappointed.
No.
But for this re-release, they added so many things. There's new armor. In the game, in the original game, there's one suit of armor that changes the appearance of the character. They added a suit for every single character that changes their appearance, and they gave you multiple ones. They added 2 new party members. They recorded dialogue of the characters for new cutscenes. They give you 2 extra endings, extra after-game bosses and dungeons. There's no random encounters anymore. All the monsters are on the screen. Hotkeys for transportation, brand new weapons. It's just, list is huge. It's basically a new game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's my favorite JRPG, so I just love the game.
Nice.
And to take it on the go, and it's great. 3DS is basically PS2 graphics, so it's like,
It is.
yeah, it's like a handheld PlayStation
Yeah.
2 with 2 screens.
it looks a little cleaner though because it's shrunk down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
compressed.
No, I didn't play it actually. I kind of wanted to. I was gonna get either that or Blue Dragon back in the day. I didn't get either one.
Blue Dragon that's a fun game. It's really cheap now. I think you can get it for like $4.
I'm sure.
And it's a 3-disc Xbox 360 game.
That didn't take much on the 360 because like Lost
No.
Odyssey's 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
Final Fantasy 13 was 3.
Yeah.
And it didn't need it to be.
I want a 2-disc PlayStation 4 game. That's what I want.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that yet.
Yeah.
No, they would just release it now, like an update with like the other half of the game.
Yeah.
All right, Switch game.
Yeah.
2 cartridge Switch game.
Well, yeah. Now that they've delayed like the big
64
cartridge.
Yeah. 64 gig.
Oh well.
But that was my number one.
Mhm.
I dare any of you to argue it otherwise.
Persona 5 is better.
I don't know. I haven't played it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad everybody in this room owns the game,
Yeah.
and all of you have played at least a little bit of it, except for you.
I've used the bag more than I've played the game.
I know.
10 out of 10 bag. It's sturdy.
And even though we talked about Mario Odyssey already, it wasn't my top game of the year, mainly because I feel like it reintroduced like the just genuine fun back into like this year was like the big year of like bringing like one-player games back. Like we had Persona and Horizon Zero Dawn and Zelda and Mario, and it was like, man, I can have fun in this world, and I don't need like a social media aspect and whatever else just to like enjoy it.
I can have fun all by myself.
and actually, the point's kind of made considering 3 out of 4 of us have single-player only games as our number one.
Yeah, not that like
Sorry.
No,
it's just like that means like they're actually games, that they're actually like there's something exciting about like actually playing it rather than just like being a part of a movement, that kind of thing.
Now we just need to bring back couch co-op.
they're working on it.
Yeah, I think the Switch is doing its thing.
There is,
Yeah.
what is it called? A Way Out. It's supposed to be a couch co-op. It's like a prison break game.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
heard about that.
No,
Yeah.
we saw that when we watched E3. Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, it does.
But
Wait.
I wasn't trying to say anything bad about you picking Destiny 2. It was just like
It's just, I love Destiny 1. Yes, the story was subpar.
It makes up for the gameplay.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where it's like Titanfall 2, although the campaign for Titanfall 2 is really good. But the gameplay is what makes it.
It is
It's just addicting.
in a shooter, that's what you need. And
And it's just a game that I play with my friends. Like, I love the Warlock. I actually wear the Warlock hoodie.
Bah!
Titan Life.
Titan Bros.
No hunters.
I'll take
No hunters.
We all hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I just love the game. I love the gameplay. It kind of reminds me of like Halo though, which I mean it's Bungie, so of course
Yeah.
it's gonna feel like Halo.
Yeah. The way Halo's going now.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know, I really really liked it. I liked actually all the events I could do with my friends, the raid, the strikes, public events, just run around the planets and stuff like that, which is really cool.
I'm hoping for Valentine's Day they bring back Crimson Doubles.
Oh, yes. They need more.
They didn't bring it back the second year, did they?
They did. We missed
They did.
it.
Oh, we missed
Yeah.
it.
We missed it.
They,
Oh, I still had like half of a thing we needed to like finish.
I know.
That sucks.
that could be Valentine's episodes.
Crimson Doubles, the 2 of us versus the 2 of you.
They do need more PvP modes. They had Mayhem.
I hated Mayhem.
Mayhem's awesome.
It was just chaos. It was mayhem.
Exactly.
Well, then it was
You don't get
appropriately
your
named.
Yes, it was.
They slowed down how much you get your super in this game, and Mayhem is just like, it's been 3 seconds, got your super.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
they just
God.
just throw hammers everywhere.
It was. I hated it. We had to do it
It's
for like
amazing.
one of the milestones.
Yeah, for the dawning.
Yeah.
They make you play it, as you should.
Oh my god. We were so annoyed. We're just going through it like, oh my god, hate this.
So much fun.
Rocket launchers going everywhere, swords and hammers, arrows.
Force lightning.
Yeah.
Do it.
So that's our top 5s.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good year.
Yeah.
It was a
Very
good
good.
year.
Very good.
Disappointments?
Good.
Like, I know it's been beaten to death, but in all honesty, like, Battlefront 2 kind of hit me.
Mhm.
Because I remember watching E3, and, like, we didn't get Battlefront 1. Because it looked like they left so much stuff out. And in E3, they showed all this amazing stuff, and it looked like it was going to be the Battlefront we wanted. They announced free DLC for it, so I'm like, oh man, it's going to be like Titanfall 2, and it's going to be the best thing ever. And then when it came out, there's, like, all the controversy behind it, and I'm just like, I don't really want to play it now.
They got rid of that.
I know they did, but by then it was just like,
It just wears you out.
Yeah.
True.
I was kind of like soured on the whole experience. So like that was
I heard it's super fun.
and
But they paid a lot of people to play it. So.
and it might be a game that down the road I pick up. but I was E3 like raised me up this high, and then when I came down, it was that's why it's the biggest disappointment. It was a big fall.
You just fell down the stairs.
Yeah. I mean, other disappointments I can let go, but that one kind of just like I was raised up so high, and then but
My disappointment was Bubsy 3D. No.
I'm confused. Who wanted that? Who wanted a new Bubsy game? There's only one good Bubsy game. It's the first one. That's it. But I'm sorry. Go on.
No, as far
Atlas the
as-
Fox was better. Atlas the Fox was better.
As far as games go, I don't know if I had a disappointment. I mean, you guys reiterated I don't play that many games as I should. It's always games that have come out a long time ago that I've had for a while, but can't really think of a disappointment. So 2017's been a great year for gaming.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play them in 2 years. Anyone else have a disappointment or none?
No, I mean, like not too much really. You know, there's been a lot of controversies here and there. You know.
I guess your disappointment would be when your Switch went on the
Yes. Oh God. Yeah. So yeah, you know, but otherwise the Switch was the best thing also of the year. So I really have a hard time.
I can pretty much agree with that.
Yeah.
It was a disappointment that I spent the money on it, but yeah, I like my Switch.
Yeah.
I'll use it now and then.
I mean, I play mine all the time. But
I mean, I played Dragon Ball Xenoverse on mine, so I can play anything that's supposed to be on.
See, that's out of all the consoles you could play that on. You
Yeah.
decide the Switch. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Did they release that 2's on it, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Did they put the first one on it too?
No.
or
Just
Oh,
second
you're
one.
supposed to put your old character on it.
You don't.
You don't get the experience.
Did you have any other big disappointments, or
I didn't. No, not really. I can't think of anything.
I can-
really.
I can mention one more? And we talked about it like very briefly, but it's the Nintendo Voice Chat app.
Yeah,
It's just-
that's
it's-
a big
that's true.
disappointment.
It's Nintendo's whole outlook on like multiplayer because the most Splatoon 2 is really great, and it would have made my list if it wasn't the worst thing ever to try and play with your friends.
Yeah.
And even still, like when you get online and play multiplayer matches with your friends,
There's not even a lobby that you
There-
can just join.
no, and
or
there's no
invite people.
guarantee you'll be on the same team.
See, I'm okay with that.
I'm,
I play a lot of
Yeah,
games
I
that
don't-
force you on the same team.
I don't mind that it switches it up randomly.
Ah.
Yeah, no, playing with you guys when we actually got it to work was great because it's like
Yeah.
it was like one of us versus
After
the
the
other
5
two
tries.
always. Yeah.
yeah, but
After we spent half an hour, it's, but no, it's fun.
Two of us would get in. It's
Yeah.
like the third guy in there. It's like, oh, I have to wait, and that.
Oh, you guys are in a match. I guess
Yeah.
I'll play my 3DS while I wait.
yeah. That was really it. Otherwise, so.
Yeah.
Is there anything we're looking forward to in 2018?
There's a lot I'm looking forward to in 2018.
Anthem.
Anthem looks awesome.
Yeah.
They
As
only
long as EA doesn't EA
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
as long as they keep their grubby sausage fingers out of it.
I'm hoping they learned their lesson with Battlefront 2 and everything that happened, or at least learned like this much of a lesson
Yeah.
that like don't EA it too much.
Yeah.
I can't wait to fly. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I also hope that there's a lot of classes for the javelins. Like they showed 2.
Yeah.
But I'm
Right.
hoping it's not like Destiny where it's like 3 and then there's like a subclass.
Uh huh.
So I want a lot of variety, and you can apparently customize your armor, like put different pieces on.
Yeah.
So I
It's
hope.
gonna have that Destiny thing to it, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm hoping that ends up being like Destiny and Mass Effect. Just
If they can somehow squeeze.
Oh, actually, that was my biggest disappointment was Andromeda. By the way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Actually, that did kind of.
That kind of that phased out.
Sorry.
it's not even that it was that bad of a game.
No.
It was just
There's nothing special about
No,
it.
it was just there.
Yeah, I like the multiplayer again. Like I would have totally just kept it to play the multiplayer. But,
yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
But here's hoping Anthem kind of like maybe Anthem will be better because they didn't put as much work into.
Yeah.
I hope the stories are good because I mean Destiny suffers being that online multiplayer experience even through the story. So I
Yeah.
hope that they find a way to like mash a Mass Effect story into a Destiny world.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, here's hoping. Fingers crossed.
I'm looking forward most to the year of Bayonetta.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Like
like,
releases
seriously-
of 1 and 2, and then 3
Yeah.
for the end of the year.
I know, and
Do
like
you
one-
think they're gonna package all 3 in like one Switch case and it's just like
Well, 1 and 2 comes out in February, and they're doing 1 and 2 together in one case. And I'm hoping that's all in one cartridge, and they don't do what they did with like Resident Evil Revelations, where you get one on the cartridge and then a download code for 2.
No, just give me 2 cartridges.
Yeah, I'd rather just 2 cartridges. But I love Bayonetta 1 and 2. I remember when the Wii U was coming out, you told me, like, they announced Bayonetta 2 for the Wii U, and I was like, yes, sold, give me this. And I never expected 3. So
I don't think anyone really did, to be honest.
It's completely out of left field.
So that's what I'm most looking for.
And they have a bigger install base now for the Switch, so like more people are gonna play Bayonetta.
Oh yeah.
Thank God.
Didn't I say Bayonetta 1 and 2 was like the one Switch port I wanted?
Yeah.
So, hey,
Yeah.
I got it!
Yeah.
My dreams are coming true!
Now you're Smash Bros. Next.
No, I want a new one. I don't want a port.
Yeah, we want a new Smash.
I'm gonna lightning round these because I got quite a few. I have Ni no Kuni 2. We talked about Anthem. Code Vein looks really cool.
Yes.
I'm really excited about Detroit Become Human.
Yes.
That looks like a great game. I'm super excited about that. Mega Man 11.
Oh,
Yeah,
crap!
everything Mega Man. Everything Mega Man.
I told you before we walked in
I
the
know, and
door.
I forgot again! Oh yeah, I'm really excited about Mega Man 11.
Monster Hunter World, especially if friends get it. Monster Hunter is a great series, especially with friends. So, you guys should get that game. Comes out real soon.
I haven't had a good Monster Hunter experience yet, so maybe playing with friends would actually make it fun.
The only one I played was for the Wii U with friends, and that was awesome. And then they decided, let's release the rest of them on mobile again, like we used to. And then I didn't touch any of them.
Yeah.
I played the demo for 3 and 4 and I didn't like it.
Really? It's
Yeah.
super fun with friends.
I'm sure it's fun with friends.
With friends.
I'm surprised you didn't put this one. Project Octopath Traveler looks really cool.
I played the demo.
Yeah.
I like it, but
We're gonna have to see how it works.
yeah, we're gonna have to see how it all works. But Bayonetta trumps it, unfortunately. So.
Well, I didn't know we were just doing one.
That's okay.
For the nostalgia factor, I have Shenmue 3.
That's
I
yeah.
have Spider-Man 2018. That looks pretty cool, as
Yeah.
long as it's not just cutscene the game.
I'm hoping it ends up being like Arkham Asylum, but with Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
Yeah.
Yoshi, new Yoshi game. Dragon Quest 11, obviously.
As
Yes.
long as it actually comes out on the.
Well, it's coming out for 3DS, PS4, and then I don't know if it's coming out on Switch here. They announced the Switch version in Japan, but that
Yeah,
one
I
hasn't
know.
come out yet.
I can't see why, considering they're phasing out the 3DS, that they wouldn't release it on
Yeah,
Switch.
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
And I'm super excited, and it's been too long already. Give it to us.
Oh, I'm looking at your list. and
Yeah,
There's one
shush.
I forgot to mention.
Dragon Ball Fighters looks amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll buy it when it first comes out.
Takes me
'cause-
back to like the classic, like I don't know, like sides,
Yeah,
Right.
it's like a 3D Mugen.
Yeah,
It just looks nice.
It looks so good in motion.
They took actual frames or pages out of the manga, and that's how they animated some scenes.
That's ridiculous.
They literally took the page, put their 3D model in that exact pose, and just animated it.
Huh.
They even did that for regular punches and kicks. You see custom like punches from the show just as a regular melee.
That's awesome.
It's such care and such, it's just so good. It's arguably one of the best looking cell shaded games out there that I think. And then lastly, EDF.
I forgot that EDF. Is it coming out this year?
2018. It should.
Okay,
I
well,
looked
that's
it
what
up.
I mean, like this coming year.
Yeah.
EDF Iron Rain, and my note is the EDF deploys.
The EDF does deploy because, well, we all played EDF 4.1 together.
Yes.
So, and it was a great game to play with friends.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever played even a single like moment of it like all by myself.
I have. I've tried to farm weapons and stuff by myself. It is nowhere near as much fun.
I did that just to catch up my armor with you guys at first.
Yeah, but But no,
So
I'm
much fun.
I'm glad you guys joined in on us. I'm hoping maybe with 5 that we can all get it at the same time and
Oh,
just
yeah.
start
Yeah.
I
together.
look forward to it.
Because 4,
I had a lot of fun with that. I didn't think I would, but I was like, this is amazing. This is
Yeah.
out like, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe I missed this.
in 4, you guys were there for the giant robot, right?
You guys did the giant robot with him, but there was another
Yes.
giant robot that we couldn't figure out how to pilot.
Yeah.
It was like put all 4 people into one robot.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You guys are like the arms, and then I got in and just started moving very slowly.
That was the best.
So many good times.
Yes.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Lambo, what are you looking forward to most?
Like-
Bloodstain.
kinda like-
I want Bloodstain to come out.
Bloodstain.
It's the Castlevania,
It's the spiritual successor to Castlevania, like Mighty Number 9 was supposed to be for Mega Man.
That's what I hope it's actually good.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all hand drawn, isn't it? Yeah. And isn't it done by the guy who created Castlevania?
Yes.
Okay.
So like it's basically like Mighty Number 9, but hopefully it's good.
Awesome.
Mighty Number 9 wasn't bad.
I mean, bad enough for them to make Mega Man 11.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or good enough to make Mega
well,
Man 11,
and
I
hopefully,
guess.
you know, because it's the first mainline Mega Man game without Keiji Inafune on board.
It almost looks like they asked for his engine. It's like, hey, give me that engine for Mighty Number 9. We're going to make a Mega Man.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It actually looks really similar, so I'm a little leery about Mega Man 11, but I want it.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll download it day one or buy it day one, depending on how it comes out.
Yeah. And then all the Mega Man X re-releases they're going to do, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
I'd be more excited for the X games than
Oh,
original.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
More so than Mega Man 11. I
Yeah.
want the X games on my Switch. But maybe. Just maybe.
Or they could just, release all the Mega Man games that they canceled.
No, I want the one. I just want one. I want Mega Man Legends 3. Didn't we bring this up before that Box Art Mega Man's in a fighting game? Isn't he in like
Yeah, he's in
Street Fighter X Tekken or Tekken X Street Fighter?
Or one of the tag tournament
Yeah,
games.
he's in one of those, but it's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's not awesome. It's terrible. It's just terrible.
I want it, and I want it to be so self-aware and funny. Like, I want him just to be like a failure of a joke of a character, of him just like, Mega Man, we need you to go take out the laundry. And it's like, all right, I'll do it. And he like comes back with like milk or something, and he's like, go to the grocery store. I just want that, and he just throws lemons at people.
Wow.
Just an acid trip of a game.
Goes to save the world and it comes back with ice cream.
Yeah, at the end of the game, you realize that he was just playing Mega Man. Like, Box Art Mega Man is just playing Mega Man. That's the true ending of Mega Man 11. Just like a slow zoom.
So that was 2017. Looking forward to 2018,
Absolutely.
and we'll have more content coming into 2018. We'll be bringing you all kinds of great episodes. Punk, you'll still be streaming stuff.
Hopefully. Yes.
Hopefully.
Been kind of slow lately, been really busy, but I have stuff in the works.
The holidays are always busy. I mean, we haven't been
Hopefully.
doing much stuff lately, but hopefully 2018 is going to bring us a good year, and maybe we'll actually stream more stuff with you, because that would be fun. Amnesia was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. It was great.
Hopefully when EDF 5 comes out, we can all just get
Oh,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah, that needs to happen.
Oh, yes.
Massive stream episode, multicam.
Yeah, we'll just get everybody
Awesome.
recording it. And just,
We'll do it like a paranormal, like those paranormal witness shows or whatever. Where we'll have like the camera like strapped to us.
But anyway, what was your favorite thing of 2017? What are you most looking forward to in 2018? What was your biggest disappointment in 2017? And how much do you love your Switch? But for Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pants,
I'm Punk.
Slotad.
and we'll catch you next year.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, click subscribe. Also check below for the links to our Facebook page, Twitter, and blog. Check back often, we'll be posting new videos weekly.